On the night of August 20th, 1989, a brutal crime shook the elite neighborhood of Beverly Hills. A wealthy couple was gunned down in their own home, executed in a manner that spoke of rage, revenge, or something far more sinister. But the real shock came when the killers were revealed, their sons, Lyle and Erik Menendez. Today on Dark Diaries, we uncover the chilling case of Lyle and Erik Menendez. The brothers who claimed years of abuse drove them to murder. Were the victims lashing out in self-defense, or was this a cold-blooded act fueled by greed? Join us as we break down one of the most infamous trials in American history. Jose and Kitty Menendez seemed to have it all: wealth, status, and a picture-perfect family. Jose, a Cuban-American businessman, was a powerful Hollywood executive. Kitty, a devoted mother, supported their privileged lifestyle. But behind closed doors, the Menendez household was far from idyllic. The 1980s were a time of opulence and excess, especially in Los Angeles. The Menendez family embodied that dream, but beneath their glamorous facade lurked a darkness that would later be revealed in court. Their mansion on Elm Drive in Beverly Hills symbolized their success, but on that fateful night, it became a crime scene that would captivate America for decades. Jose and Kitty were relaxing in their den when two intruders entered with shotguns. Jose was shot in the back of the head, execution style. Kitty, still alive, tried to flee but was shot multiple times. The attackers reloaded and fired again, ensuring their parents were dead. Hours later, Lyle and Erik called 911 in a state of hysteria, claiming their parents had been murdered while they were at the movies. But investigators soon noticed inconsistencies in their story. Rather than grieving, the brothers went on a spending spree, buying luxury watches, designer clothes, and even a Porsche. Suspicion grew as their lavish behavior clashed with their claims of devastation. Initially, police believed the murders were a mob hit due to the brutality of the attack, but with no forced entry and no missing valuables, suspicion shifted toward those closest to the victims. The case broke wide open when Erik confided in his therapist, Dr. Jerome Oziel, admitting that he and Lyle had killed their parents. When Lyle discovered this, he threatened the therapist. But the confession had already been recorded. In 1990, Lyle and Erik were arrested. Their defense? The murders were not about money but about escaping years of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse at the hands of their father. Prosecutors painted the brothers as greedy, spoiled children who wanted their inheritance early. They argued that the lavish spending after the murders was proof of their true motivation. The defense argued that Jose Menendez was a tyrannical father who had sexually abused Erik since childhood, and that Kitty was an alcoholic who enabled the abuse. They claimed the murders were an act of desperation, not greed. The first trial in 1993 ended in a deadlock. Some jurors sympathized with the brothers, while others saw them as cold-blooded killers. A second trial in 1995 excluded much of the abuse testimony, leading to a conviction. Lyle and Erik were sentenced to life in prison without parole. Though the jury rejected the death penalty, they also rejected the abuse defense, believing financial motives were stronger. The Menendez trial was one of the first televised court cases predating the O.J. Simpson trial. It sparked debates about domestic abuse, wealth, and justice. The case has inspired movies, TV shows, and documentaries, including Monsters: The Lyle and Erik Menendez Story. Decades later, true crime enthusiasts still argue, were they victims or villains? In recent years there has been renewed interest in their case, with some pushing for a re-evaluation based on modern understandings of abuse trauma. But as of now, Lyle and Erik remain behind bars. The Menendez brothers' case gripped the nation not only for its brutal nature, but also for how it played out in the media. The trial became a sensational event, broadcasted on court TV, turning Lyle and Erik into household names. Reporters and journalists dissected every detail, from the brothers' lavish lifestyle to their emotional testimonies about abuse. The public was divided. Some saw them as cold-blooded killers, while others viewed them as victims who snapped under the weight of their trauma. The media frenzy reached new heights when the brothers' defense team revealed the alleged sexual abuse by their father. This shocking revelation sparked debates on talk shows, news programs, and in living rooms across America. Were the Menendez brothers telling the truth, or was this a desperate ploy to gain sympathy? Public opinion fluctuated with each new piece of evidence. The brothers' calm demeanor during the trial contrasted sharply with the gruesome details of their crime, leaving many to question their true motives. The case also highlighted issues of privilege and wealth, as the brothers' affluent background played a significant role in both their defense and public perception. As the trial progressed, the Menendez brothers became symbols of a broader conversation about justice, abuse, and the American legal system. The intense media coverage ensured that their story would be remembered for years to come, not just as a tragic family saga, but as a landmark case in the annals of true crime. The Menendez case serves as a stark reminder of how the media can shape public opinion and influence the course of justice. It prompted a re-evaluation of how we consume and interpret true crime stories, urging us to look beyond the headlines and consider the complex human emotions involved. Beyond the media frenzy, the Menendez brothers' case drew significant attention from psychologists and mental health experts. The psychological analysis of Lyle and Erik Menendez offered a deeper understanding of their actions and the potential impact of their upbringing. Experts conducted thorough evaluations, delving into the brothers' childhood and family dynamics. Both Lyle and Erik testified that they had endured years of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse at the hands of their father, Jose Menendez. This revelation led many psychologists to explore the concept of battered child syndrome, a condition where prolonged abuse can result in severe psychological trauma. Dr. Carol Lieberman, a forensic psychiatrist, argued that their actions were a direct result of their abusive environment. She noted signs of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and complex trauma, which may have impaired their ability to respond rationally to their circumstances. The defense's claim of imperfect self-defense hinged on this psychological perspective, suggesting that the brothers believed they had no other way to escape their father's torment. However, not all experts agreed with this assessment. Some argued that the brothers' calculated actions after the murders, such as their attempts to cover up the crime and their subsequent spending spree, indicated a level of premeditation inconsistent with a purely trauma-driven response. Dr. Park Dietz, a renowned forensic psychiatrist, testified for the prosecution, stating that while the brothers may have experienced abuse, it did not justify the brutal killing of their parents. The psychological evaluations also highlighted the role of their mother, Kitty Menendez, who was portrayed as both a victim and an enabler of the abuse. This complex family dynamic added layers of nuance to the brothers' psychological profiles, making it difficult to draw clear conclusions. Gap 3S. The psychological analysis of the Menendez brothers underscores the complexities of human behavior and the profound impact of early trauma. It raises important questions about accountability, mental health, and the extent to which one's actions can be mitigated by past suffering. As we reflect on this case, it serves as a poignant reminder of the need for a compassionate and comprehensive approach to understanding crime and its root causes. Thank you for watching Dark Diaries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the world of true crime. Join us next time as we unravel the dark world of Charles Manson and the web of conspiracies surrounding the infamous Manson murders. You won't want to miss it.